Hello here. I want to give insights to special moms how to navigate speech in your cerebral palsy child. And when you want to do this to navigate speech into your child, one, find one language. It could be the native language, English, Swahili. Okay? Pick one of those language. Then decide which language are you going to start with as you try to train your child to talk. If it is the native language, if it is English, or if it is Swahili. Let's assume that you started with English. You start by telling the child, okay, first of all, talk to the child. Learn to talk to your child every day. Talk to your child like any other normal kid. These children, when people see them that they have CP, usually people think that they also have they have the brain retardation, which is not usually true. And I told you earlier that CP is the damage of the brain, and it could not have affected all parts of the brain, only a specific part. For some instances where it is mild, it could affect the part of maybe mobility or the part which stands for speech. Okay, and if it stands for speech, that is when we go for speech therapy to help this particular child to talk, to understand, and to follow actually the direction that you give this child. When you start, when you want to implement now speech in this particular child, first of all, what you should know as a parent, learn to talk with this child every day. Talk to them as if you're talking to any normal kid, and they will start understanding. And when you want to know that the child has actually understand or has grasped something, what you do, for example, you can tell this particular child that come here. As you say come here, you beckon them towards you and you tell them come here. Ensure that you use this particular word every day without any alternation, without any addition or reduction in this language that you're trying to implement. Ensure that the language that you've started using, it is one language. Reasons why this particular child is trying to navigate the environment and they might not know everything at a go. That is why we gradually introduce language to these particular children, and you also gradually learn to talk to them as you also monitor how they respond to you. For instance, if you want to feed this particular child, you tell them that I want to feed you, sit down. Sit down, you want to eat. I'm telling you the experience that I've done, and also I did special education. So some of the insights that I'm trying to give you is not something that I don't know. I'm talking from the experience part and also from the knowledge perception of school part, okay? So you tell this particular child, sit here, I want to feed you. If you have a baby chair, put them down, make sure that the food and the drinks or water is ready. So the child, when this particular child sees the food and they're seated down, they will always know that when people want to eat, they should actually sit down. Ensure that you tell them, sit down, I want to feed you. Remember, no addition of any word, no reduction of any word. When you want to give them water, tell them that I want to give you water. Or in other instances, like during the day or it's morning hours or evening, just tell them, come, I give you water, or you want water. You want water. You will see them responding. And if you give them, they'll actually take. For instance, my son, if I want to feed him, I tell him, come here, we eat. You will see the reaction. He starts smiling, he laughs, and he comes towards you. And he actually struggled to sit on the chair, or I put him on the chair, which is a very good sign that this particular child is actually understanding what you've implemented over a period of time. Okay? Again, when you want to shower them, make everything ready for this particular child. Introduce them to water. Tell them this is water, we want to shower. My child relates the towel and the water with showering. So when he actually sees towel and water, he knows it's time for shower. And you will also see the reaction because he loves water. So you tell him that we want to shower. Again, no reduction of a language, no addition of a language. If it is we want to shower, ensure you always tell them we want to shower. Don't add anything inside or between we want to shower. We are trying to introduce speech to this child gradually so that they can understand. Okay? Another thing you should also do to this particular child to ensure that they understand the speech, introduce songs. Songs like Twinkle Twinkle Little Star, you sing for them on a daily basis. And as you sing to them, try and look at how they react to this sound. Some children, you will see them, they are keen. And if they wanted to sleep, they will face you and look at you. And some will react as you start to sing to them. So when you make it a norm of singing to these particular children every day, trust me, they are going to master the song. They might not sing it the way you sing it, but you might hear the rhythm of the song that you've actually taught them. For instance, my son understands Twinkle Twinkle Little Star. When you start singing, you will see him happy and then he starts singing along. Okay? Expose these children to environment. If you see where children are, take them to that particular place where the children are so that they may navigate the environment. They see other things, they learn, they jump, and they try to reach at objects. Remember to also engage them with toys. These toys, they're not supposed to use the toys alone. You are supposed to make him use the toys along other children, okay? So that he also gets to see what other children are doing with these particular things, okay? You might put them where the children are playing and you hear another kid saying, "This is my car, 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 car." The next minute or a few days later or a few months, you will hear your child saying, "Car, car, car, car." Okay, now this particular child is trying to navigate the environment by introduction of songs. Very, very important to these children. Then, introduction to animals. Now, when you introduce the child to animals, it is usually between the age of it is usually between the age of 3 to 4 years. Introduction to environment and even animals between the age of 3 to 4 years. Now, in this process now, you tell them that this is a chicken and this is how a chicken behaves. This is a cow, this is how a cow cries. Like a cow wows, moo, moo, moo. Now, if I take my child outside and I point a cow to him, you will see the way he reacts. He starts saying moo, moo, moo. If he sees a goat, he will say meh meh. Actually cannot mention the name goat, but relates with what I've been doing every day with him. And he has been able to grasp the environment. He understands the environment. Even though the speech is not clear, he cannot talk, but he understands, which is very, very important. Direction is equally an important aspect in this situation. You have to teach your child to understand the direction. I'll give you more insights. The direction usually comes between the age now of 4 to 6 years. I'll come back with an insight of introducing direction between the age of 4 to 6 years. 4 to 6 years, we also engage them in conversations, which is very important aspect again. If you want to know more about this condition and every other things, make sure you follow me. Thanks for checking in.